There's a huge issue with coaching in MLS right now, and I don't think enough people are talking about it. We're seeing recycled failures, endless second chances, and a system that's holding back the league's potential. First off, let's give credit where it's due. MLS coaching has come a long way since the league's wild early days. That was dominated by homegrown legends who built the foundation. Guys like Ziggy Schmidt, who won MLS Cups with the LA Galaxy and the Columbus Crew, Bruce Arena, the Godfather himself, with multiple titles at DC United and LA Galaxy. And we can't forget about other icons like Dominic Kinnear, who led the Houston Dynamo to back-to-back Cups in 2006 and 2007, or Peter Vermees, who turned Sporting Kansas City into a consistent powerhouse over a decade plus. These coaches understood the grind, the weird roster rules, salary caps, designated players, and that insane travel across the biggest country with a top-tier league. I mean, teams fly more miles than in any other D1 soccer setup worldwide, and it's absolutely brutal. But here's one thing that's changed, that has improved, is that foreign coaches have shown that they are the path forward in MLS to helping the league grow. Not too long ago, though, people were saying foreign coaches couldn't hack it in MLS. They didn't get the roster mechanisms, couldn't adapt to the travel, or just didn't fit the American soccer mold. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, we are getting closer and closer to 12,000 subscribers. And with your help, I know we will reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Now, back to the video. Data backs this up as well. Historically, foreign managers earned fewer points per game and got less time than domestic ones. According to MLS analysis from the early 2010s, only a handful like Peter Nowak with DC United in 2004 won big without U.S. or Canadian roots. That all changed when Tata Martino arrived in 2017. As the first foreign manager to truly take the league by storm, the Argentine coach joined Atlanta United and immediately transformed them. In his debut season, he led them to the playoffs with a 15-win, 9-draw, 10-loss record. And by 2018, they won the MLS Cup, set a single-season points record at 69 at the time, and he was named the MLS Coach of the Year. Martino's high-pressing, attacking style, borrowed from his stints at Barcelona and with the Argentine national team, not only succeeded but elevated MLS's global perception. He adapted to the rules, built a South American talent pipeline, and proved foreign coaches could dominate. Later at Inter Miami, he won Leagues Cup in 2023 and Supporters Shield in 2024, further cementing his impact. Now, fast forward to now, and that's flipped. 2020 was a tipping point with more clubs embracing global hires. Look at 2025. In the MLS Cup playoffs in 2025, all 4 teams in the conference finals were led by first-year head coaches in the league, a fresh wave of talent. 3 of them were foreign-born. Javier Mascherano of Inter Miami, Jesper Sorensen of the Vancouver Whitecaps, and Pascal Janssen of New York City FC. The 4th was Mikey Veras. San Diego FC was a homegrown first-timer too. That's huge. It shows the league's evolving with international minds bringing new tactics, player development, and energy. Up-and-comers like Eric Ramsey, Wales native, now at Minnesota United, and Wilfried Nancy, who had coached the Columbus Crew before he had moved to Celtic recently, are prime examples of the shift. Foreign coaches are no longer outsiders. They're the future. But honestly, we got to stop right here. Not everything's rosy. There's still a huge issue in MLS. The endless recycling of the same coaches, even when they flopped hard. These guys get opportunity after opportunity while fresh voices wait in the wings. And data shows this isn't just an MLS thing. It's a global soccer problem. But it hits harder here because the league is still growing and needs the best quality manager it can possibly get. Let's break it down with some examples. Take Chris Armas, for example. Solid as a player and assistant, but as a head coach, his stint at Toronto FC was terrible. Just a .92 points per game average over 15 matches in 2021 before he got fired. He bounced to Manchester United as an assistant, which a lot of people still are questioning how that even happened. Then he got another chance in MLS with the Colorado Rapids. Then there's Mark Dos Santos. At the Vancouver Whitecaps from 2019 to 2021, he went 22 wins, 37 draws, 18 losses, and that's a win rate of under 30%. He's fired mid-season in 2021, but guess what? In December of 2025, LAFC, one of the biggest clubs in MLS, hired him as to be their next manager. His overall North American record across all of his stints is 146 wins, 118 draws, and 88 losses. Now, some of these are lower division stints, so you got to take that with a grain of salt. But his MLS record is atrocious. Why recycle when you could go fresh? Ben Olsen, another classic example. He coached DC United for a decade, racking up 100 wins. The youngest to do so at age 41, but his overall MLS record is 142 wins, 158 draws, and 102 losses. Ups and downs, including missing the playoffs multiple times. Now he's at Houston since 2022. He's steady, but not spectacular, and they missed the playoffs in 2025. Long career, sure, but it does block new talent. And don't even get me started on Greg Vanney. The guy's a winner, MLS Cup in 2017 with Toronto FC. He led the Galaxy to their record 6th title in 2024 after a 10-year drought. But look closer. In 2021, his first year with the Galaxy, they missed the playoffs. 2023, they missed it again, finishing 13th in the West. Then in 2025, he went winless in his first 16 matches, an MLS record for the worst season opening winless streak in the history of the league. Despite that nightmare start, they extended his contract. If this was any other club in the world, that coach would be out the door faster than you can say sacked. But in MLS, it feels like a buddy-buddy system. It's about who you know, not what you know. Certain people just keep getting chance after chance no matter the results. His overall record is strong, 141 wins, 114 draws, and 84 losses. But that leash is longer than the cross-country flights these teams endure. Research shows that recycling hurts growth. A 2023 study on Premier League turnover found clubs that axe managers mid-season rarely see long-term success. It's a short-term bump at best, but the Premier League does it too. Think about Mark Hughes, who managed 5 Premier League clubs despite relegations at Queen Parks Ranger and Stoke, or Paul Lambert bouncing between Norwich, Aston Villa, and Wolves with mixed results. Sam Allardyce got a gig after gig as survival specialist, saving teams from relegation but rarely building dynasties. A 2025 LinkedIn piece on sports leadership called it recycling safe hires, admins, coaches, the same faces over and over, stifling innovation. Now, on the flip side, we need high standards with real accountability. I'm all for balance. You don't fire a manager after 5 bad games. That's too knee-jerk like the Premier League can sometimes be with its harsh, quick triggers. But if a coach has a bad season, especially in MLS where 18 of 30 clubs make the playoffs, there is no excuse not to qualify, particularly if it's not their first year. Miss that mark and they should be gone. MLS is way too lenient right now, promoting mediocrity by giving too much time without results. Without accountability, you're just accepting average to mediocrity, and that's not how you build a world-class league. So what's the fix? Shorter leashes for underperformers, more risk on first-timers and internationals, that perfect balance. Don't fire too quick, but don't drag it out either. And speaking of fresh starts, I really like the hiring of Michael Bradley by the New York Red Bulls this season. This guy's getting his first big chance as an MLS head coach after a stellar playing career across multiple leagues. From Europe to clubs like AS Roma, to Gladbach, to captaining the USMNT, and dominating in MLS with Toronto FC. He was always smart, tactical player on the field, and after leading the Red Bulls to the MLS Next Pro title, he's earned this spot. We need to give opportunities to people like him who can prove themselves as coaches and bring that global experience to the sidelines. Looking ahead, we need the best coaches possible, regardless of where they're from, to grow the game and develop homegrown talent and push the league forward. This isn't a league where you have to have played in or been part of to succeed anymore. We're at a point where quality matters more than ever. And that's the biggest thing people don't talk enough about. How crucial coaching is in MLS and how much bad or recycled coaches hold the entire league back from its reaching its full potential. Break the cycle, prioritize excellence, and watch MLS soar. What do you think? Drop your comments down below. Who's your favorite coach? Worst recycle job? Let me know. Do you think MLS has a big problem with its coaching?